Salvete omnes. This is Abbey Latin Liber Primus, Chapter 4. This is a video lesson on the morphology of Latin's second declension, both masculine and neuter genders. So let's review the parts of speech: the noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. We will be focusing on the noun, Latin's nomen, Latin word for name. So nouns, person, places, or things. We already learned Latin's first declension. That's the first grouping or first family of nouns. We could tell by looking at a noun's genitive singular that if that noun's genitive singular were an AE pronounced I, then that noun was a first declension and must have first declension endings of I, arum, is, as, is. Well, this is the second declension. Same rules, slightly different. So once again, we're going to be looking at the genitive singular to find the noun's declension. We will be looking at the genitive singular to find the base or stem of a noun. So that much is the same. So let's look at some of these second declension nouns. So if you look up a noun in the dictionary like amicus, masculine, friend, amicus, and then the genitive singular is an I pronounced E, amici, masculine, friend. First off, it's masculine because the dictionary says that it's masculine, amicus, masculine, friend. Therefore, it must be second declension masculine because the genitive singular ending for the second declension is the letter I, pronounced E. Just as for the first declension, it's AE pronounced I, this is I pronounced E. So the nominative of second declension masculine nouns, then most of them end in us, us. Some end in er, some end in ir, ir. Most end in us. So once again, the nominative is a little bit weird. The nominative is cool and all, but the genitive is where the party's at. The genitive is the important one. So if the genitive singular of the noun ends in I, pronounced E, it's a second declension. And once again, you chop off that I, pronounced E, genitive singular ending, to get the stem, the base, the unchanging part of the noun. So we have amicus, amici, chop off the I. The stem is amic. Notice that amic is used in all the forms going down. And then we add second declension endings because this is a second declension noun. The second declension endings, when we chant them, they are us, o, I, orum, is, os, is. Keep in mind that whatever the dictionary says the nominative is, ager, puer, vir, that is what the noun's nominative is. So don't change it. Don't add anything to the nominative. The noun's nominative is whatever the dictionary says it is. So if the dictionary says that the nominative is ager, it's ager. If the dictionary says that the genitive of that word is agri, then it's agri. It is a second declension masculine because it's ager, agri, masculine. And you go to the I, pronounced E, ending of the genitive singular. It's a second declension. You chop off that ending and you get the stem agr, augur. That is the stem. Notice it's not the same as the nominatives. It's different. We have a stem changer here. This is the noun stem, agr, found from the genitive. Fill in the rest of the forms with agr, the stem, the unchanging part of the noun, and then you add second declension endings. Leave the nominative alone. I, o, I, orum, is, os, is. Ager, agri, agro, agrum, agro. Agri, agrorum, agris, agros, agris. Puer, same thing, ends in er. Notice the genitive is pueri, For these guys, you should write out the whole genitive. Write out the entire genitive. Don't abbreviate because the stem is a little bit weird. So write out ager, agri, puer, pueri, vir, viri. If I wrote out the genitive, the whole thing in your vocabulary, in your packet, then you have to as well. So puer, pueri. This is a second declension, masculine, because it's a masculine noun. Puer, pueri, masculine boy. You chop off the I, the genitive singular ending. You get the stem, puer. Puer is the unchanging part of the noun all the way down. And then we add second declension endings. Leave the nominative alone. And then we have I, O, O, I, orum, is, os, is. And then vir, viri, which means man. It's a masculine noun, so it must have masculine endings. And it's second declension, so it must have second declension masculine endings. Second declension because there's an I pronounced E. Viri. You chop off that ending, you get the stem vir, V-I-R. Vir, viri, viro, virum, viro. Viri, virorum, viris, viros, viris. So those endings for the second declension masculine are us, I, O, I, orum, is, os, is. If the dictionary says the nominative ends in er, like ager or puer, or ir, like vir, then it does. Leave it alone. Don't add a us. It's just when we chant these endings out loud, us is typically the most common one and typically the one that we say. How about second declension neuter? Second declension neuter, very similar to the second declension masculine. They're different in the nominative and accusatives, well, in some places. So for the second declension masculine, us, I, O, I, orum, is, os, is. Second declension neuter, I, O, a, orum, is, a, is. So this is different in the in the nominative, like bellum. We have in the accusative. Pro tip for Proto-Indo-European languages, so Indo-European languages that are descended from Pi, Proto-Indo-European. If the noun is neuter, then the nominative and the accusative have the same form. So if the noun, like bellum or donum, if the nominative is bellum, then the accusative must be bellum. If the nominative is donum, then the accusative must be donum. That is true for all Indo-European languages. So it's the same rules as the first declension and the second declension masculine. We have bellum, I, neuter. So bellum, belli. It's a neuter noun, and it's going to be second declension neuter. It's going to be second declension because it has an I pronounced E, and it's genitive singular. So belli, chop off the I, and you get the stem bell, B-E-L-L. You write bell for the rest of the blanks, for the rest of the forms, and then add second declension neuter endings because it is a second declension neuter noun. I, O, a, orum, is, a, is. Bellum, belli, bello, bellum, bello. Bella, bellorum, bellis, bella, bellis. Donum, I, neuter, gift. We have donum, doni. The stem is don, D-O-N. And because it's a second declension neuter noun, it must have second declension neuter endings. Donum, doni, dono, donum, dono. Dona, donorum, donis, dona, donis. All right, that shouldn't be too terribly bad. So, second declension nouns. These are nouns whose genitive singulars end in the letter I, pronounced E. So, amici, agri, belli. You have to pay special close attention to the noun's gender, either masculine or neuter. because both masculine and neuter genders are well represented in the second declension. So amicus e masculine friend is a second declension masculine noun, whereas bellum e neuter war would be a second declension neuter noun. Once again, the base of the noun is found by dropping the genitive singular I, pronounced E, ending from that genitive singular. So sometimes it can be radically different, not radically different, but sometimes it can be a little bit different. So we have ager in the nominative, and then it turns into agri. So the E drops out, and the R gets smushed up with the G. So agri, so the stem is ager instead of ager. So pay close attention to that. It's A-G-R and then the ending. All right, watch this guy do his thing.
Amicus, E, masculine, friend. Amicus, E, masculine, friend. E, amici, E. Plan. Whatever the dictionary says the nominative is. Los ending, us, some ending, er, some in here, ir. E, o, e, o, yes, os, is. Amigos, blend, whatever the dictionary says the nominative is. Amici, amici. Blank. Amigos, whatever the dictionary says the nominative is. E, O, amigo, amigo, O, amigo, E, amici, oro, amici, amicis, os, amicos, is, amicis, amicus, amici, amico, amicum, amico, amici, amicorum, amicis, amicos, amicis.
Optime. All right, not too difficult, is it? Okay, let's go ahead and practice another one. So, ager, agri, masculine, field, farmland. Okay, the nominative is going to be ager, because the dictionary told us so. The genitive is going to be agri, because the dictionary told us so. And check out the ending for agri. It's the letter I pronounced E, agri. So that means the second declension, and the M tells it's masculine. Second declension, masculine. Chop off the I, whoop, and you get the stem, which is AGR, auger. We're going to write AGR for the rest of the blanks, and then give this noun second declension masculine endings. So whatever the dictionary says, usually it's us. E, O, O, E, orum, is, os, is. Ager, agri, agro, agrum, agro. Agri, agrorum, agris, agros, agris. All right, that is a second declension masculine noun. Us, e, o, e, orum, is, os, is. Now try your hand at second declension neuter.
Neuter, war. Bello, neuter, war. E, O, O, A, orum, is, A, is. Bello, bello. Belly, belly. Bellum, E, belly, O, bello, bello, oh, bella, ah, neuter, ah, bella, oro, bellor, is, bellis, ah, neuter, ah, bella, is, bellis, bellum, belli, bello, bellum, bello, bella, bellorum, bellis, bella, bellis.
Alrighty. Second declension neuter. Let's practice on regnum e neuter, kingdom, kingship. So, the nominative is whatever the dictionary says that it is. So, regnum. So it's got an I pronounced E as its genitive singular ending. So that means it's going to be a second declension and a second declension neuter at that. It must have second declension neuter endings of E, O, A, orum, is, a, is. So regnum is the nominative, regni is going to be the genitive. Chop off that I and you get the stem regn. We're going to put that stem regn in the rest of the blanks and then add those endings, those second declension neuter endings. E, O, O, A, orum, is, a, is. Regnum, regni, regno, regnum, regno. Regna, regnorum, regnis, regna, regnis. Optime. So second declension. The genitive singular is an I pronounced E. The endings for the masculine are us, e, o, e, orum, is, os, is. And second declension neuter, those endings are e, o, a, orum, is, a, is. Excellent. You are now ready to tackle Chapter 4's Exercise A. Optime valete omnes.